love you. And I know you like being the center of attention. But you're going to have to move for this, okay? Sorry about that. Crowley likes to be in the middle of everything. Today, we're doing a reading for the coming month. It's a timeless reading. So I'm filming this at the end of March 2020. But if you stumble upon it at any particular time, you can meditate on a stack and pick one. Today, we have a geode. My kids and I have been doing, the light in here is not great. The kids and I were breaking some geodes since we're all stuck at home. And we have Daruma Samat. I have several Daruma. This was actually my first one ever. We have a feather. I collect these when I go out for walks and find them. And we have this icon. I don't know if you can see that, but it's of the last of the Romanovs. So if any of these have any significance for you, or if you have any you feel drawn to any one thing, any one stack, go ahead and meditate, pick your stack, and then we will go on with the reading. Okay, so if you chose the geode, pile number 1, this is your reading. Actually, we're going to do the Lenormand later. First, we're going to do the tarot. You've got the Empress, the Six of Cups. Sorry if there's a glare. The Nine of Cups. It's up here a little bit. Geode made a mess. Okay, anyway. The Emperor. Oh, okay, interesting. The Eight of Wands. And the King of Swords. Okay, so let's start with this. What we have here is either a couple, the Empress and Emperor, if you're part of a couple, or you may become part of a couple in the next month. But what I see are two very powerful people. So even if this isn't a romantic relationship, there is potentially a power struggle coming up in the next month for you. Two very strong wills. On the other hand, this is also two people who complement each other very well. We've got the person with the emotional intelligence and the person with all the logic and that ability. This could both be sides of you that are coming into being integrated in the next month. That's also a possibility. Remember, this is a general reading, so I have to kind of lay out all the possibilities that I'm seeing, and you can pick which ones seem to apply to you. The Six of Cups shows something from the past coming back to you. A person, or even just memories, a past situation that needs to be revisited. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily something, it might be something that needs to be reworked, but it doesn't have to be. It could be something happy that comes back. You hear from somebody you haven't heard from in a long time, or something like that. The Nine of Cups is often called the wish fulfillment card, because it generally can mean that something you've wished for or hoped for comes to pass. You can see he's kind of on top of the world here, and that's kind of the feeling. So in the next month, definitely something good. Also with the Eight of Wands, something that happens rather quickly. The one thing is we've got this King of Swords here, and he is, it might be another aspect of the Emperor. He's very critical. He can be very sharp with his words. He may injure without realizing he's hurting someone's feelings. And so that may be something you need to look out for. It might be something you do without realizing, or it might be somebody you're dealing with who may hurt you without intending to, or you may be, confronting some criticism in the next month that is uncomfortable. Maybe even criticism of something in the past that has happened, or that did happen, or that you did, having to deal with that and the criticism there. And honestly, just taking ownership of any mistakes you've made usually goes a long way towards making the situation better. Just gonna throw that out there. Let's look at the Lenormand. Ooh, the stars. Isn't this pretty? I don't know if you can see that. It's a really pretty card, though. The mice. The dog. Birds. And coffin. Okay. Don't let it scare you. Most of these are good. When I see the stars, I think of email, usually. I mean, it could mean a celebrity. There's an off chance that that's involved. And it could mean inspiration. If you're a creative person, then you may find a lot of inspiration in the coming month. But for the average person, I would say emails are going to be a big deal in the next month. You may receive important ones from somebody in authority, even. Critical emails, perhaps, or again, hearing from someone in the past. The mice is anxiety. It could be that whatever you hear, whatever this criticism is, causes anxiety for you. It could be that the current state of affairs in general in the world is causing you anxiety too, if you're watching this at the time it was filmed. But so there could be a certain amount of nervousness involved. The dog is friendship, loyalty. I see here kind of emails from friends. Birds is conversations. So these three things, plus something from the past, again, you may abruptly hear from someone you haven't heard from in a long time, or something along those lines. It's not going to be true for everyone, but it might be true for some of you. Definitely like online conversations, digital connections with friends are in play here. The coffin is the end of something, though. It could be that your anxiety ends. It could be that a past situation is resolved. In any event, I would say it's even possible that a friendship will end in the coming month. Maybe you're realizing that, and it's causing a certain amount of anxiety for you. You realize that somebody you've known for a long time, you guys have drifted apart. You're no longer really, you don't have so much in common anymore. And that could be a situation that's happening over the coming month. But overall, this is a very good reading. This is a very hopeful reading. Like I said, there might be some power struggles. There might be some criticism coming your way. But I don't see anything here that looks like a disaster. It all looks very manageable. We're going to go ahead and pick a flower for your coming month. Something you might want to plant or have in your home, or even just, I don't know. White rose, new start and wisdom. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Well, there you go. So, yeah. Whenever I see an ending, there's a beginning too, right? Like, every end is a beginning. And every new beginning, people who always are like, oh, I want this to change. But they tend not to want things to end because ending is scary. But for things to change, some things have to end. And so in the next month, whether that's like I said, an old friendship or some other situation that's finally resolved and put to bed. Oh, that really wants to. Oh, here we go. Expect powerful change. There you go. New moon eclipse. So there's your confirmation. Yeah, so definitely some kind of change coming over the next month. There may be some struggles against it. There may be some anxiety tied to it, but in the end, it's going to be all for the better. So embrace it. Remember that one of the results is getting something you want, but to get it, you have to let go of or end something that's older. And like I said, that can be hard to do. People tend to resist change because they like things they know and that they're comfortable with. But in the end, it will be all to the good. All right. Okay, so if you chose Daruma-sama, pile number 2, this is your reading. We're going to start with the tarot. Got the Knight of Swords here. Sorry about the glare there. It's the afternoon, and the afternoon light comes into my office window, whether I close the blinds or not. The Two of Pentacles. And the Three of Wands. Sorry, it's like, there you go. We've got the Three of Swords. The Four of Wands. And the Four of Swords. Okay, so I'm going to start with these. Got a couple of 4s and a couple of 3s. So what we are, and a 2. What we're doing is moving from unstable to more stable situations. 2, 3, 4. The Knight of Swords, whether this is you or someone you're going to be dealing with over the coming month, he's very impulsive. He often acts before he thinks. This could be kind of the thing where you say yes to everything and then realize you don't have enough time, which is what this Two of Pentacles is doing here. You end up juggling a bunch of stuff because you've bitten off more than you can chew. The Three of Wands is waiting for your ship to come in. In this card, he's already in the boat, so he's maybe waiting to come to shore. But the Three of Swords, as we all know, is usually disappointment. So my concern is that over the coming month, something you were kind of counting on or betting on may not come to pass. And that may cause a lot of disappointment and a lot of grief. Yet, we've got the Four of Wands and the Four of Swords as well. The Four of Swords is retreat. It's retreat after basically being wounded in battle, more or less, if you want to think of it that way. And the Four of Wands is celebration after the ship comes in. You celebrate. So what you have here is that something's not going to turn out the way you want. Possibly. But when you leave and think it over, you'll realize it's either for the better or something better will come along. It will turn out as well or better than you hoped or expected. But there is going to be possibly a disappointment before that happens. It could just be, again, tied to the fact that you've taken on more than you can chew. It may be that you disappoint someone and feel bad about it. Let's look at the Lenormand. The cross. Have you ever heard the term having a cross to bear? That could play in here. Bear. Okay. Yeah. Wow. All right. The sun. That's good. The fox. Okay. And the moon. All right. So, again, a mixed bag. The cross can mean a challenge or difficulty. The bear is someone who is protective or helpful. Usually a strong mother figure is how I read it, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. It could be you, or it could be someone you know. But the sun is success and happiness, just as in tarot. In Lenormand, it's the same. The fox can be taken a couple different ways. Sometimes it just means a coworker or somebody with red hair. But sometimes it's someone who's trying to pull something on you. It could be that someone you work with or someone you know is trying to get you to take their workload. Okay? And so just protect yourself against that. Know that, you've got your own stuff to take care of. And if you don't make any promises you can't keep, if you don't bite off more than you can chew, you'll be less likely to disappoint others or disappoint yourself. If you start to feel guilty that, I meant to do this, or I should have done this, or whatever. Just, I think really for the next month, it's all about setting up your boundaries and your limitations. The moon, though, is the way I read it, and every reader is different. But when I see the moon, I see some kind of recognition or honor or, something along those lines. It is also a card of work or career. So again, taken with the fox, there may be a work element that may be highlighted this month. Your career or your work. Again, a project, something not going quite the way you want, but when you leave, rework it, whatever, it turns out even better. So, it's a month of this. Let's see. We'll pick a flower card for your coming month. See if there's a flower you should plant, or maybe have some in your house if you can find them. Not all of these are easily found. Let's see. Thinking about Daruma-sama and this pile, and what is the right flower for you. I just want to do this again, maybe one more time. What is the right flower? Oh, no, this feels like right. Asters, elegance and patience. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Well, there you go. So the Knight of Swords, like I said, he's impulsive. He acts impetuously. Anyway, and what they're saying is, don't do that. Be patient. Take your time. Do the job right. And focus on the things that are important. And don't get distracted by all the little stuff. Sorry, my cover is slipping here. I want this one. This one wants me to... Oh. Blue moon. Oh, can you see that? Believe the impossible. Believe in the impossible. And I apologize if these are backwards. I tell the camera to flip, but sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. Believe in the impossible. So, once in a blue moon, right? That's just a little extra hope, I think, for the coming month for you. Because there's going to be some down moments. But then I think at the end of the day, success, a reason to celebrate. And I mean, I think none of this is major arcana. None of this is written in stone. And obviously, these are general readings and we all make choices. So I think, forewarned is forearmed. And if you go in knowing to guard against, trying to do too much, you're more likely to avoid deeper disappointment or heavier burdens, and you'll be happier in the end overall. At the end of the month will go more smoothly, and your lows won't be so low, maybe. So that's your reading. That's what I've got for you. Good luck in the coming month. Take care. Okay, so if you chose the feather, welcome to your reading. This is a nice little kind of white feather. My cat got a hold of it, so it's kind of... Oh no! Oh well. All right, let's see what the tarot cards have for you for your coming month. Oh, the Four of Wands. That was in the last reading as well. The Seven of Wands. I had to stop and count. It's really sad. And the Seven of Cups. Okay, so a couple of sevens here. Oh, the Seven of Cups again. Wow, they really want to hammer that one home. The Eight of Pentacles. I'll roll this up a little bit. And the Queen of Cups. Okay, so we'll start with these. Well, the Seven of Cups shows up twice, and that says to me that the coming month is going to be full of a lot of choices, possibly difficult choices, and maybe even a little bit of confusion about what direction to go in, like what's the best option. You may have a lot of offers of some kind, or you may feel like you don't have enough options, and none of the ones that you do have are very good. That can happen. But you have some really nice cards here. I mean, the Seven of Wands is a very defensive card. It comes between the Victory card, which is the Six of Wands, and things happening quickly, which is the Eight of Wands. It's kind of trying to defend your former victory. So you've got like this celebration. Something good has happened or will happen. And then it's kind of trying to hold the fort after this good thing. Trying to hold on to it a little bit. And then you've got these options, these choices. And the Eight of Pentacles, which is mastery. It's usually in the sense of doing a really good, thorough job at something. And the Queen of Cups, who is emotionally sympathetic, she's a little bit psychic, compassionate. This may be somebody you're working with in the coming month. This may be you. You may just be feeling really kind of emotionally tender, or you may just feel like you're taking on a lot of other people's feelings. Like when you're around them, you're like, I can just sense the tension in the room or whatever. And that may make things complicated or confusing for you. Because sometimes if you tend to be a highly sensitive person, it's hard to separate yourself from other people, and it's hard to make decisions that are good for you because you're taking on everybody else's emotions. And so you may be dealing with some of that in the coming month. Got the Bouquet. This is Lenormand now. Oh, there you go. Which is like a gift or an invitation of some kind. The Stork, which is change. Mountain, which is an obstacle. Lady, which again, so definitely there's a woman, if it could be you, but I get the sense it's someone else now that I've seen it twice. A woman of some kind is going to play a fairly significant role in the coming month. And book. Okay, so book can mean a writer or an actual book if you happen to be a writer or know a writer or anything like that. But in general, the book, it usually means like a secret, like a diary, something that you keep to yourself. So there may be an aspect of secretiveness over the coming month, either for you or for this person. Might be keeping a little bit of a secret from you, which may be, again, contributing to some of the confusion that you're feeling. Or this person may be blocking you out a little bit, like kind of putting up a wall. So, yeah. But, so a gift or an invitation of some kind may come. Again, I kind of identify this with the Seven of Cups of having so many options, and having to choose. Definitely, there's a change. I feel like there's a personal relationship, at least for some of you. Again, it's a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. But there's definitely a personal relationship issue going on here. But then for some of you, there's definitely a work thing. But the personal relationship vibe is way stronger for me for some reason. So in any case, changes to a current relationship possibly that cause confusion for you. It's almost like if you have a really good relationship and you're trying to hold on to it, but this person is creating separation. And that's freaking you out a little. That's a message for some of you. That's just what I'm getting. And so there's kind of as they draw away, you feel like they're being secretive or something, that they're holding something back from you. It may just be that you're crowding them. It may just be that they're feeling defensive, because you're coming on a little strong or something. So you may need to make some changes. You may need to focus a little more on work and give this person a little more breathing room or something along those lines. That, again, is just a message for some of you, but it's something that I'm kind of sensing here. In any case, yeah. let's see what, let's look at flowers. We got the bouquet. Again, like, it may be that you have invited this person, or, you know, you keep giving gifts to this person and you're starting to feel like they don't appreciate it. And they're just, you know, overwhelmed by you. And it could be vice versa. Maybe they're doing that to you and you're putting up a little bit of a wall because you're feeling overwhelmed. And, whoa, what happened here? The Gerbera Daisy. Purity, cheerfulness, and innocence. The present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it. Okay, so, yeah. I think living in the present is going to be really important. Just living in the moment, because the world is crazy right now. And maybe when you're watching this, things have changed dramatically. But in any case, staying a little bit lighthearted, staying, you know, again, less clingy and more just cheerful, and I think that's the right way to approach things, at least for the coming month for you. Let's see what the Moonology cards say for you. I like this one. Oh, see? Okay, so bring love into the situation. Can you see that? Okay, there you go. That is new moon in Aquarius. It's funny because Aquarius tends to be a bit aloof. And again, maybe that's what you're dealing with. Somebody who's got a little bit of an aloofness and they're drawing away and you're concerned about it, or maybe you're being a little too aloof and you need to remember to reciprocate or at least show appreciation for this other person who's working really hard to, you know, give you gifts or do stuff for you, or, you know, whatever their love language is. But, and you're just kind of either not noticing, or if you are noticing, you just kind of like taking it for granted. Like, somebody in this situation is very sensitive, basically, you or them. And and maybe one of you is just kind of not as touchy-feely as the other, and you just need to meet in the middle. There's a little bit of compromising that needs to happen, basically. And that is, you know, you need to kind of find the middle ground of love. But that's what I've got for you. And I hope you have a great month. Hey, if you chose the Russian icon here, can you see that? Is it? I don't even know. I don't even know why I have this, but anyway. This is your reading. So, the Lady of Cups, which is like the Page of Cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of Cups. I had to count. And, oh, the 4 of Cups. Okay, wow. Well then. Somebody is not happy. Oh, the 4 of Cups again. You guys, seriously. Somebody's having a bad day. The 6 of Cups. Wow, this is an emotional month. And the moon. Holy moly, you guys. You guys. Okay. Okay. What an emotional month you're gonna have. It all feels. And unfortunately, not all great ones. Okay. The Page of Cups is not a bad thing. She, in this case, often brings, you know, an invitation of some kind, or a, like, a surprise, a delight. But what we have here is, like, the 4 of Cups twice. I'm sorry, like, the camera's choosing not to focus suddenly. I don't know what's going on. But, the 4 of Cups, is somebody who doesn't like what's being offered. So here's the Page of Cups offering somebody something. This is you or someone else. And whoever's getting the offer is unimpressed at best. They want nothing of it. And then the 8 of Cups is traditionally the card of walking away, leaving something behind. So I feel like there's a rejection going on in the coming month. Either you're going to reject something, or someone is going to reject you or something you're offering. And that is unfortunate. You know, nobody likes rejection. Rejection is not a fun thing for anyone. It's not fun to be rejected. It's also not fun to be the one who has to say no, because you know you're hurting somebody's feelings. And anyway, that's what I see here. Now, it's not everything though. The 6 of Cups is something from the past coming back. A memory, a person, a situation. It's something that is being revisited. And the moon is something that's not being seen quite clearly. If you look at something in moonlight, it looks kind of like itself and kind of not. It is what it is, but sometimes it's mistaken for something else, or sometimes it takes on weird shadows and shapes. The moon's also, again, a very, like, sensitive card. The moon rules Cancer, water signs here, very watery energy with all the cups and everything. Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer may all play a big part in the coming month for you. Or maybe you're one of these signs, or maybe whoever you're dealing with is one of these signs. But, so it could be that whatever's being offered is being mistaken, because the person seeing it who doesn't want it is making an assumption about what they're being offered that isn't accurate. They're seeing it in moonlight and they're going, no. Now, some things are prettier in moonlight too, right? Like and, because moonlight softens the look of things. And it could be that somebody thought they were getting one thing, and when the sun comes up, they're going to be surprised and either, delighted that it's not what they thought it was, or disappointed that it's not what they thought it was. It could go either way. So, a difficult month, an emotional roller coaster kind of month. Again, dealing with some past stuff, dealing potentially with some misunderstandings, and some rejection, somebody declining or even leaving something. Let's look at the Lenormand cards, see if we can get any more clarity. Look at the Anchor, which means something long-term and steady. The Tower, which, unlike tarot, does not mean like an abrupt sudden change or anything like that. It's an institution usually of some kind. It could be a company. So this could be, if you took these together, it could mean a company that's been around along a well-established company, right? The Snake. Okay, so in some cases that's like the other woman. It's like a mistress. Or somebody who's deceptive, sly. Tree. Okay, well, the tree, again, is something long-standing and usually has something to do with spiritual or physical health. And Ship, which is travel, or things from overseas or abroad or just, far away. So, this could be someone you've known a long time. This could be a long-standing health issue. This could be a company that's like from overseas, or, overseas dealings with things. In any case, since the central thing here is this person, usually a woman, but not necessarily. Someone official, possibly. Someone foreign, possibly. They just, this person plays into this somehow. I'm gonna actually pull. I just want a couple of extra cards for this, because I'm trying to figure out what this one wants to come out. 9 of Swords. Anxiety. Okay. And you. The Fool. A new beginning, which makes sense with the walking away or the rejection. Okay. 3 of Wands. Okay. This is what I'm getting then. This is how I'm understanding it. There's anxiety about something. I want to say a relationship, but it doesn't, it's a general reading. It doesn't have to be. It could be anxiety about health, in fact. But the short answer is a new cycle. Something long-standing is going to end. Or change. I don't want to say it's ending, because I'm not really seeing ending here. I want to say it's going to change. Something's going to change. And, it's similar to the first pile, where like change causes anxiety, but at the same time, there's almost a relief in the rejection or the walking away here. There's a new start. There's looking forward to something better. Whatever this long-standing thing is, it's not good. It's not, I don't want to say it's terrible, but it's not serving you anymore. And there may even be like a deception involved. I'm not saying for sure, because again, general reading, but there could be that somebody is trying to deceive you. So I want to say, the end of the day, as difficult as this is going to be, you're going to feel relieved when it's over. Does that make sense? Okay, let's do flowers. Let's look at our flowers for the month. Sorry, my like screensaver tried to come on. Let's see. Let's see if there's any more information here. Sacred Lotus, enlightenment. No mud, no lotus. Well, yes, exactly. So, yes, again, there's going to be mud. But in order to get the beautiful flower, in order to get the nice new beginning and the thing that you're looking forward to, whatever it is, there's going to have to be some mud in the coming month. It's not fun. It's not what, it's not anybody's favorite thing to go through. But it will be for the best. I'm going to do one more oracle card, one of these Moonology cards. I got this deck recently, and it's this one. A personal issue reaches resolution. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Yes, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Exactly. Whatever this is, this rejection, this leaving, potential deception, a long-standing issue, even if it's a health issue, but it may also be like a work issue with this company, or maybe you've got like some legal thing going on, whatever it is. The ship, again, is kind of like leaving, right? This anxiety that this situation is causing will end once you finally just say no more and you walk away. Or they say no more and they walk away. Even though it's painful at the time. It hurts you, or it hurts them, or it hurts both of you. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone's going to feel relieved. Everyone's going to feel like they can breathe again. This is a full moon in Cancer. And by the way, I told you there's a lot of water energy. Lotus that lives in water, right? So, yeah, it's going to be a challenging month. I won't lie. But at the end of all this, you're going to feel so much better. And that's really the best I can tell you about it, is that this anxiety is going to lift. You're going to be off on a new adventure. You're going to have other things to look forward to. And all will be well eventually. Okay? Take care.